everyone, welcome to Seated Strength and Tone. Let's get started with a warm-up. We're going to sit up nice and tall, relax the shoulders, pull the tummy muscles in, leave your hands just resting on your legs wherever's comfortable for you, and we'll start with our head turns, just taking the head to the side and back to centre, other side and back to centre, keeping that chin in a straight line so we're not tilting that head up or down. Nice and gentle, in your own time. Lovely, let's go for 2 more. And bring that head back to centre. We're going to take the head up and down now. So let's bring it down to chin, chin to chest. And bring it back up to centre. And then lift that chin up to the ceiling, but just gently. We're not taking that head too far back. Let's keep that going, chin to chest. Centre, overhead, and centre. Lovely. Really warming up those neck muscles. Let's go for 1 more. Each way. Gently up. And bring it back to centre. Lovely. Let's move on to those shoulders now. Take some shoulder rolls. Just rolling those shoulders up towards the ears and down the back. Again, you can take it a lot slower if you'd rather. You can speed it up a bit. It's really up to you. We're just warming up those shoulder muscles now and the shoulder joints. Three more. And then we're going to take it forwards now, up and over. So still going with those shoulders. Three more forwards. And relax. The shoulders down. Right, let's take those arms across the body. You know what's coming. We're twisting one way, back to centre, twist the other way, and centre. Lovely. Really trying to remember here that we're not just turning the head, we're taking that upper body on an angle, twisting through the back. And even if that means you just move a few centimetres, an inch or 2, I don't mind as long as those shoulders and upper body is moving. 4 more of these, 2 more on each side. Nice big twist through that back. And last one. Good, bring it back to centre, drop those arms down. Let's take our twist and pull forwards now. So we're going to reach one arm behind us as far as you can, and then you're going to twist it forwards, alternating the sides. So for this one, you might not get that arm all the way behind you, that's your aim, but if you can just get it to the side, as far back as you can. Remember, everybody's going to be different. Everyone's going to have different range of motion. As long as you can feel a bit of a stretch across the body and you're getting a twist through the back, then you're doing great. Okay, you're either going to keep going with the side or you're going to take it up and over now, like we're swimming. So reaching that arm all the way behind you or as far as you can, and then up and over the top. If you prefer, remember you can just keep it to the side. Please just take the option that is best for you today. And let's go 1 more on each side. And then bring it back to centre. Lovely. Right, let's use those hands. We're going to screw the hands up into a fist as tight as you can. Really put some pressure. And then splay them out like a big star. And then in and out. Really putting some tension into those hands so So you really want to get warm through those fingers, in and out, lovely. Perfect, let's keep it going. 3 more. Big movement with those hands. Last one. And then just shake those hands out. Okay, let's do something new. We're going to tap the finger to the thumb, and then the middle finger, and then the ring finger, then the little finger. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that twice more. Good, and again. You can take this a bit slower. Let's do one more time actually. Just trying to get those hands moving. This is a really good one to practice. Shake that hand out on the other side. So starting with that index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger. And again in your own time. Just tapping each finger to the thumb just to get those hands going a little bit more. Great, let's go one more time. And shake that hand out, wonderful. Right, let's move on to those legs. You know what's coming, we're marching on the spot. You can take this as slow or as fast as you like. Some of you might be sprinting out there. But just really try to pick those feet up, toe through to heel as you come back to the floor. Get those arms going as well. We really need to get that blood flowing around the body to get us nice and warm. But like I said, you can take it a bit slower. Nice big movement. Okay, should we relax there? Feeling a bit warmer now. Let's take it into our hip openers. So we're gonna bring the foot forwards first. We're gonna tap that heel down. Then we're gonna step it out to the side, stepping over our imaginary object. And then we're gonna tap that toe underneath the chair. So we're heel forwards, alternating legs now. So open up to the side and then tap that toe underneath the chair. Same again, extending that leg as much as you can, lifting it up as much as you can, tapping that toe underneath. You can just slide that foot along the floor if you don't want to pick it up off the floor. Move forwards in the chair slightly so you can really extend that leg to the front. Toe tap underneath. Heel, lift, toe tap. Let's go once more on each side. Brilliant. Heel dig, side step, and toe tap. Great. If you're sat forwards, just bring yourself back in your chair slightly. We'll warm up those ankles now, just taking one foot just off the floor. We're pointing and flexing. Really think about pulling that foot back towards the face, toe down towards the floor. As far as you can. Just really get those ankles warmed up, that ankle mobility. It's just going to help you in your day-to-day life, walking around, moving around. You want to keep your ankles as mobile as possible. Take a big circle now with the toe. And again, just remembering that everyone's mobility is going to be slightly different. Back the other way. So just doing the best that you can do today. Every day is going to be different. Some days you might feel better than others. You might be doing better than other days. And relax that foot down. On the other side, lifting that foot up, point and flex. So you're just trying to do the best you can today. You might find that one foot's better than the other. Maybe you've got one foot that's stronger than the other one. One foot that's not as mobile. Great, let's take it into a circle. Drawing circles with the toe. Great, and then let's go back the other way. And relax that foot down. Wonderful. Okay, sitting up tall, let's get our ball. We should be nice and warm now. So, grabbing the balls, sitting up tall. We're going to start with our chest press today. So elbows are going to be tucked into the body. We're going to extend those arms. We're holding for a second. We bring it back into the body. Extend and release. Extend and release. So really here, you're trying to extend those arms as much as you can. Again, whatever your full extension is today, that's where you're heading with those arms. And that little hold out to the front is just going to get those shoulders and arms working a little bit harder. Right, let's go overhead now. Same thing, but you're just pushing that ball straight overhead, and again trying to extend those arms as much as possible. Keep it to the front if that's better for you. Good, nice big reach. You've just got that kind of 1 second hold before you bring it back down. 3 more overhead. 2. And 1. And relax the ball down. Give those shoulders a roll if they need it. Right, ball between the knees, maybe come forwards in the chair slightly if you need to. Sitting up tall as normal. We're going to squeeze those knees together. We're holding for 3 seconds, roughly, and then we release. Don't release that ball all the way though. So keeping that ball there the whole time as you squeeze and release. Working those inner thigh muscles, getting those legs nice and strong. You can hold it for longer if you want more of a challenge, or just keep it a little bit shorter if you're finding that that's too much, and take the longer rest each time. We've got 5 more here, and then we're going to do 10 quick pulses, exactly the same, just speeding it up a little bit. Lovely. Last one. Squeeze and hold. And relax. Okay, let's go 10 quick ones. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Grab that ball. Bring it back into the lap. We're going to repeat our chest press and overhead press now. So, ball back in front of the chest, extending those arms and drawing them back in. Elbows just come back, tucked into the body each time. That's lovely, everyone. 3 more. 2. Last one to the front. Either keep it to the front now, or if you want that extra challenge, taking it overhead. Great, really extending those arms as far as you can. 3 more overhead. Last one. And relax, rolling out those shoulders. Okay, let's go for our leg extensions now. So, taking yourself back in the chair if you were forwards, popping that ball between the feet. You're just going to squeeze the ball with the feet. Those legs are fully supported with the chair. Your back can be against the back of the chair. You can use the arms of the chair here if you need to. If you want an extra challenge, you can sit up tall away from the chair and come forward slightly. I'm happy for you to use this chair for as much support as possible. So, I'll just give you a moment to get into position. So just listening to me, we're gonna keep the ball between the feet at all times if possible. So there's a little bit of pressure on that ball. We're sitting up tall. We're going to extend those legs out as long as you can. Squeeze those muscles on top of the legs and lower down nice and slowly. So when you're ready, joining in, extending the legs, maybe squeeze and hold at the top and release nice and slowly. Lovely. Again, you can speed this up a little bit if it's too long to hold at the top. Just relax a little bit quicker. Maybe if you want a little bit extra challenge, you can hold it for longer before releasing. Completely up to you. And remember, you can take a rest whenever you need during any of these exercises. And I'm not there to spy you down and tell you to keep going, so just take your rest when you need it and join back in when you're ready. Last extension now. And relax. Woo! Can you feel it in the top of your thighs? Give them a little rub if they need it. We're going to repeat those 10 extensions one more time. Okay. Take as long as you need. If you need a longer rest, take a little bit longer. If you're feeling like you're ready to join back in, let's get going. We'll only give you a short little break and relax. Good, extending those legs as far as you can, squeezing those muscles. Really think about actively squeezing them at the top. You know, you're not just lifting the legs and lowering the legs, lifting the legs. You're really controlling that movement. You should really feel those muscles working. They're going to help your legs get nice and strong. Again, just to help you with those everyday tasks. Walking around, sit to stands, keeping you active. Just 2 more of these. Big squeeze and release. Last one. And relax. Lovely. Okay, let's come forwards in the chair slightly. We're going to pop one foot onto the ball. We're sitting up nice and tall. You need to be forward slightly just so you've got a bit of room to do this movement. We're going to push the foot that's on the ball down into the ball and release. Push down and release. As you can see, it's not a very big movement. Unless you're really super strong, probably not going to get much of a movement. So I'm trying to push my foot down into the ball as much as possible. If you need to, just pop your hands, either 1 or 2, onto that leg just to help you get a little bit extra push as you go. However, you don't want to just be using the arms, it is mainly the legs. So that's just there for a little bit extra push as you're pushing down and up. We're just working those leg muscles again. Pushing into the ball and releasing. 2 more here. Keep those core muscles working as well. And relax. Keep that foot on the ball. Sit yourself up nice and tall. This leg that's on the floor is now going to lift and relax. Lift and relax. We're using those tummy muscles to help us sit up tall and help us lift that leg into the air as we balance the opposite leg on the ball, and we're trying to keep it there. Use the arms as a chair if you need a bit of extra support to hold you still. This is a balance test while sitting down. Three more. And 2. And 1. Good, relax that leg. The leg that's on the ball is now going to extend to the heel and roll back in. So we're just doing some leg extensions and flexion. Extend and flex, extend and flex. Good. Again, it's going to help you if you're sat a bit close to the edge of your seat here, so you really can get that extension, especially if you've got shorter legs like me. Right, 3 more. 2. Last 1. Good, roll it in. And then you're going to change legs. So get that ball underneath the opposite foot now. Take your time, there's no rush. We're going to just repeat all of that on the other leg. So making sure that foot is fully on the ball. You're sat up tall. You're going to push into the ball and release. Push down and release. Lovely. Again, you might have one leg here that feels stronger than the other one. So I know that my left leg is definitely a bit weaker than my right, so it's a bit harder for me to do it on this side. And I'm sure you'll all have the same, one side that's more dominant than the other. Again, use that hand if you need a little extra push. You can lean forward slightly here, just to kind of help push down. Because if you're all the way back here, it really will be hard. But don't come all the way forwards like this. Just a little lean to help you push down as hard as you can into that ball. We've got 3 more. And 2. Final 1. Lovely. Sit yourself up tall. Keep that foot on the ball. This foot, opposite foot's going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lovely. Using those core muscles. Keeping yourself as tall as you can. You can feel it in the hip a little bit here. Strengthening all those muscles. That's it. Getting that knee. Try and get the legs just to the same height. 3 more. And 2. Last 1. And relax that leg down. Right, that leg that's on the ball is now going to extend and flex. You might just need to adjust the foot slightly so you can get it right to the heel, into the toe, down to the heel, to the toe. Extend and flex. Extend and flex. Lovely. Make some lovely noises with those balls. Let's go for 3 more extensions. 2. Last 1. Good. And then when you're ready, you're bringing that ball back to centre, picking it up, popping it to the side, and grabbing your bands. So we've got 3 exercises with the bands. And then we're going to finish off with our sit to stands, our calf raises and our toe raises. So I'll just give you a few more seconds just to get those bands ready. Okay, so we're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to do our back flies but with the bent arms today. So you're not going to have your arms as wide as normal. They're going to be just over shoulder width apart and they're going to be straight out in front of you. So for this one, you're going to draw those elbows back. You're going to pull the band apart as you come back and then you're going to release back to the front as you straighten those arms. So make sure when you draw those elbows back, you're pulling that band. There should be some resistance there. You're not just pushing it forwards and back because then you've got no resistance. You're pulling the band apart and releasing. Pull and release. Good. I mean, I can feel it, so I hope you can. And remember, if it's a little bit too hard, just extend the arms out slightly so you've got a little bit more resistance to play with. Good work, everyone. 3 more of these. These are hard, aren't they? 2. Last 1. And relax down. Woo! Give those shoulders a little roll if they need it. Okay, let's do our normal back flies next. Have a little bit longer. relaxing those shoulders. So for this one, hands are going to be further apart, arms are straight out, and we just pull the arms straight out to the side. So the arms stay straight at all times for this one. And if that feels like it's too hard, hold the band a little bit further apart. And if it feels like you need a bit more resistance, just hold it a bit closer together as we pull and hold and release. Hold and release. Wonderful. 5 more of these. 2. Last one. And relax. Again, roll out those shoulders if you need to. Okay, let's take it into our chest press now. So you're gonna pop the band over the back, and then you're gonna bring it underneath the armpits. So when you're ready, just taking that band over and under the armpits. The reason we pop it under the armpits is so that if we just had it resting either side of the hands, it's gonna ping up around the neck. So if you've got it tucked under the armpits, then we reduce the risk of it pinging anywhere, and we can really focus on that movement. So for this one, again, the closer to the end of the band you hold it, the easier it's going to be. If I hold it right at the end, I can't really get much resistance. If I hold it a bit closer to the body, as we press forwards, extend those arms, I get a little bit more of a challenge. So you choose the best option for you. And also I appreciate that all the bands are going to be different lengths. So you may be thinking, oh, I'm holding it right on the end and it's hard, but maybe you've got a shorter band than me or anyone else around you. So we're just pushing forwards with those arms, extending them as long as you can. Again, everyone's extension will be slightly different, but trying to get them as straight as possible before we bring it back in. Just 3 more here. Good. 2. Last one. And release and relax. Keep the band where they are. We're going to repeat that one more time. I hope you're all feeling well. Remember, take as long a rest as you need. Have a little bit longer if you need to. Otherwise, setting yourself up. Adjust the band if you found that too hard or too easy to wherever you need to. And we'll go again, extending those arms and releasing. Extend and release. Lovely. Big push now. As far as you can. 3 more. We can do it. 2. Wonderful. Last one. And release. Woo! Take that band away. Shake out those arms if you need it. Shake out those hands. And then we're going to move on to our leg press. So, band goes underneath one foot. Either foot, doesn't matter, as long as the foot is fully covering that band. You don't want it to be hanging off the edge of the foot because then it might ping back in your face. So make sure it's right underneath that foot. Again, holding the band wherever's best for you. The closer to the foot you hold the band, the harder it will be. The closer to the end, the easier it will be. Sitting up tall, knee towards the chest, push that leg away. Again, you might need to come forwards in your seat slightly here, so you can really extend that leg on the diagonal down towards the floor. Big push as you come in and out with that leg. Really drawing that knee as close to the body as you can. Just keeping those muscles moving and grooving. 2 more on this side. Great, and then release that leg down and take it to the other side. Adjust your hold, your grip on the band if you need to. Maybe take it a little bit further down, just so it's a little bit more of a challenge. And then when you're ready, sitting up tall, knee towards you, extending the leg away. Again, everyone's extension might be slightly different. We're just trying to get that leg as straight as possible and then as bent as possible when you bring it back in towards that chest. Three more on this side. And two. One more big push for me. Lovely, bring it in, release that leg down. And pop your bands to the side. Okay, we are nearly done. We've got 3 more exercises to go. You've got your sit to stands, your calf raises and your toe raises. Now I'll give a second option for the sit to stands if you want to stay seated, and then you can do the calf raises and the toe raises seated as well. There's no pressure to stand up if you don't want to. So I'll give the option for seated first. We're going to sit right back in the chairs. We're going to extend the leg. You're going to take 3 little pulses, lifting those toes up, and then release that leg slowly down. And then on the other side, extend that leg. 1, 2, 3, really trying to get that leg off the chair. And then just keep alternating the legs as you go, really trying to pulse that leg. If you find the pulse is really hard, just keep it single leg extensions nice and slowly. So very similar to what we did with the ball between the legs, but with one leg only. Okay. For those of you who want to, join me in the sit to stands. We're going to wiggle forwards in the seat as far as we can without falling off the edge, and then bring those feet back slightly underneath us. That's going to help us to stand up tall and make it a little bit easier to get off the chair. If we're all the way back here, it's going to be a bit harder. If your feet are all the way out here, you're going to have to rock forward. So bring them back slightly, sit up tall. We're going to power up through those legs. And then we're going to slowly sit down as slow as you can using those thighs. You can use the arms of the chair if you need to. Whichever place you're at right now, whatever you need to do to make this possible for you. So when you're ready, off you go if you haven't already. Slow on the way down. I'll just turn my chair so you can see me from the side. Again, in your own time, you don't have to do them as quick as I am. You don't have to do as many as I am. You can take it nice and steady. You can just do every other one. You can take it slower. If you want to speed it up, you can speed it up. Let's go for 3 more if you're still going. Lovely. Last full sit to stand. Slow as you can on the way down. Wonderful. And then 1 more power up if you're going to be standing. Come round to the back of the chair. Take as long as you need, as many steps as you need. And you're going to be holding on to the back of the chair, standing up nice and tall. If you're seated, relax those leg extensions and just bring your feet hip width apart. So, your feet are going to be hip width apart behind the chair. Make sure you're holding on for this one. This one's not a balance test. It's all about building up strength in the back of the legs. Find a spot in front of you, gaze forward, heads up nice and tall. We're going to lift onto those toes as high as you can, and then you're going to lower down as slowly as possible. When you're ready, off you go. Power up through those feet. Slow on the way down. Really control it. We're building up strength in the back of the calf. It's going to help you with your reaching up high, you're walking around. If any of you still climb the stairs, any steps that you need to do. If you're seated, really think about bringing those feet underneath you slightly so you can really push onto those toes and lower down. Lovely. Keep it going. 2 more. Slow and controlled. Last one. Lovely. And when you finish your final one, just bend into those knees. Give those hips a little wiggle if they need it. And we'll move on to our last exercise, our toe raises. Feet are going to be hip width underneath the legs, exactly the same. Everyone is holding on for this one. Please do not let go. We rock back onto those heels. Lift the toes as high as you can. Lower them down as slow as you can. So very similar tempo to the last exercise. We're just doing the opposite now. We're lifting the toes instead of the heels. So those heels are staying on the floor. They rock back and we lower them down nice and slowly, those toes. Keep that head and gaze forwards if you can, but keep the weight forward. Don't lean back like this, we're going to go toppling backwards. Keep that weight forwards as you lower down. If you're sat down, again, keeping with this, lifting those toes, lowering down. The further away your feet are, the easier it will be. So bring them in slightly for a little bit of a challenge, but don't bring them all the way underneath you, or you're not going to be able to get those toes off the ground very far. Final few reps. Let's go for 3 more. Rocking back onto those toes. Lowering down slowly. 2 more. And your last one. Good, bend into those knees if you need to, shaking out the legs. Come and sit back down when you're ready. Take your time round the chair and have a slow sit down for that extra little challenge as you relax back into the chair. Well done everyone, you did really well today. We're just going to finish off with a couple of stretches and then we'll be done. So, when you're ready, you're just going to come forwards in that chair as much as you can, just so you can really extend one leg out straight. You're going to lean onto that bent leg, lift up and over as you reach forwards with that body and with the chest, and you should feel a stretch down the back of the legs. Think about flexing those toes up towards the face. That will just really help the stretch. And if you would like a deeper stretch, you can reach one arm down towards the toe. Remember to breathe whilst you're here, make it a little bit easier. It should be a mild pain in the back of the leg, but it shouldn't be too painful. And if it is, then just bring yourself back up here and hold here. You can also do a dynamic stretch where you move between the two so that you're not holding it here for too long. You're still getting that deep stretch for a little bit of a challenge. Sit yourself up nice and tall, roll that leg back in, on the other side. Big breath in, big breath out as you lean forwards and take your option. This one is great to keep that flexibility in the back of the leg, to help you pop in your shoes and socks on in the morning, reaching down to bend and pick things up. And just general mobility and flexibility in those legs. Sit yourself up nice and tall, draw that leg in. Let's finish with our chest stretch. So you're going to clasp the hands behind you and push that chest up towards the ceiling. So you need to be forward in your seat slightly. If you can't get those hands together, just hold on to the back of the chair, like so, and pull against the chair, chest into the air. Big breath in, big breath out. You should feel a nice stretch across the front of the body here, either with the hands on the chair or hands clasped together and pushing away. Let's hold for 5 more seconds. And release forwards. Lovely. Reach yourself down towards the floor as far as you can, otherwise just bowing the head if you don't want to come over the legs. Take a big breath in, reach those arms all the way overhead. Biggest stretch up to the ceiling. ceiling. And shake it out. Shake out those legs as well. Lovely. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely day.